Hello world. You know how you have a thermostat in your house and you set it to maybe 74 for auto. So every time it reaches 74, it shuts off. And then when it gets hotter or colder, it comes back on and it constantly keeps at that 74. Y'all know how the thermostat works. Well, just like that thermostat, our body, our system has this internal thermostat. Let me break this down. So, growing up, society and situations create the thermostat. You have limiting beliefs, you have situations and circumstances that you've experienced growing up that kind of keep you at a set thermostat. It's like people can only get to a certain level. Then there's other people that hold to this level. Then there's other people that hold to a high level. Like these are thermostat settings. So when you are trying to achieve more and get more and become more, if you don't do the internal work, the thermostat is set. The thermostat is set until you reset it to go to a higher temperature. And it's just like your body. So until like people do shadow work and remove blocks and stuff, there are at a certain degree thermostat. They might experience a little bit of elevation, but then they drop back to that same thermostat, that same 74 degree. Let's just say that. So, but until you reset and change the thermostat, it it's to my awareness that regardless how life is, and you might have experienced a win. Like somebody could be like on the low class and then they experience a windfall of some money. That is not resetting a thermostat. That is the thermostat going off and you are experiencing a heightened moment. But in a minute, because of your nervous system, because the way you thinking, because the way your vibration is, you're gonna drop back to that 74 again. And then when people go up under that, they only rise to that 74 because that is the baseline thermostat. That is the frequency they hold the most, you know. But you have to override it by going in and working on yourself to reset the thermostat. It's like a cap. You know how somebody have a cap on their salary? Same thing with your money experience, it's a cap. You only believe You only get what you believe you can have, right? So with that said, when you're going through life and you're experiencing different things, your belief will only bring into your experience what you believe and deserve you can have. But the reality of it is you are deserving and worthy of everything. You just haven't changed the internal thermostat. There's a cap on people that have certain beliefs and expectations about their life. So it's capped. Like somebody only believes they can make $30 or $20 an hour. And if they do make a little more, it's still this cap fluctuation. Like, I'm not gonna ever make $40 an hour because I only believe that I'm worth $25 an hour. That's the cap because of my belief and my expectation. But that's good enough for me. But in reality, in the whole scheme of things, you really want more. You really want to experience a whole nother life of abundance, prosperity, wealth, good health, good friends, and everything else like that. But there's a cap. There's a cap based on your internal belief. It's a cap based on your internal emotions and your nervous system and what it believes it can hold in a way. Like, if you only making 4,000 a month and you want to make 10,000 a month, there's some things that has to change. It's just that simple. Things have to change internally, mentally. All this stuff has to change to be able to hold and accept this amount of money to hold it. You can experience it, but can you hold it? Is your baseline frequency strong enough to hold this level of income? If not, then there's a cap. There's just a cap on it. And you got to remove the cap. You got to set different beliefs about what you deserve you can have. And break the cap. It's like a mental cap that you have. It's nothing like you can't or you won't. But if you don't believe you can and you will, then you're stuck at a cap. The thermostat is set. And you have to go in and do the internal work to loosen that grip on that 74 degrees. You gotta go in and say, I want it to be a little colder in here, or it's not cool enough. I gotta reset the thermostat, but for the most part, there's a cap on people and they don't even know, but they're gonna want more and more and more and wonder why they can't experience more and more and more, because it's a cap on their subconscious thinking It's a cap in the nervous system. The nervous system is not going to take it. And that's really where the the cap is held, in the nervous system. It is the subconscious thinking, but having your nervous system in a line with everything else is important. It's like you're saying, I only make $1,000 a week, but I want to start making $5,000 a week. Immediately, that everything goes into reaction. Like, what? We ain't never had that, bro. Come on, man. What are you gonna do with all that? It starts to create these mental blocks to keep you at the thermostat. It's just the way the mind and body works, you know? It just works like that. People only experience what they believe they can have. And if you don't switch your beliefs, change the thermostat, then you're at a cap. You're at a limit. Like somebody that makes $80,000 a year, but really want to experience $500,000 a year. It's going to be a cap. It's going to be something that's going to block you from achieving that, because the system has been, the thermostat has been set. But once you change that, your beliefs about what you believe you can have, then you start resetting the thermostat to achieve more. Like, things has to really get up to hold to this new degree that I set. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense. So, but for the most part, and this is for most people, growing up, we unconsciously create the thermostat. It could be from parents and stuff, believing that this is all you can do, get a job, do this. Well, during this process, you create the thermostat of what you deserve you can make, how much you deserve you achieve. And some of it is set by other people, you know. If you say, man, I'm gonna grow up and be a millionaire, somebody might say, boy, you better step into reality. Get you a job, go to work, do this, and retire. That's what you need to do. You see? They're unconsciously setting a thermostat for you, and you're not realizing it. And then you take that, and then somebody else might say the same thing. Oh no, now we're locking in the thermostat. Then from those thoughts turns into a belief. You start thinking, well, yeah, they right. That's all I need to do. I don't need to do no more. You start comparing your life or your future life to theirs, and then start saying stuff like, well, shoot, they good. No, no, no. No, 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 no. It don't go that way, you know? It goes that way, but it doesn't go that way. You can't be influenced so much that people set your thermostat. Like, you talking to friends and say, I want to create a business, and somebody said, bro, come on, man, that ain't gonna work. And you listen to it. You create the thermostat. You create this baseline vibration, frequency of what you expect and what you can, or what you feel, or what you believe that you should have, or what you believe that you're going to experience. So this goes into internal work. You have to go in and reset the thermostat for abundance, for good health, for prosperity. And another simple way to do that, look at other people in a way. Look at other people and say, well, if they can experience it, I can too. If they can have abundance, I can too. If they can have good relationships, I can too. But believe it. Don't just look at it. I said before, you can observe, but don't absorb. That goes for different things. So if you are observing other people that are having your desires, and everybody as you pushed out, we are all connected, then you can. And you take these and you use it to set the thermostat. If they can live a life of abundance, making $1 million a year, I can too. I'm going to reset the thermostat to this much or even more. But I'm pretty for certain that we have these caps, these limits that we only believe that we can achieve. And because of that, we never go no further. It's like your belief is the one controlling the cap. What you believe you can experience, what you believe you can have, sets the cap. When you change the belief, you open up this space to reset the thermostat to what you want. And I get it. The thermostat was set by childhood experiences, parents, uncles, other influences telling us what we can, what we can't do, and don't do that. See, all this creates this cap, this internal map of reality that this is what I'm going to experience, this is what I deserve to have, and that you'll start saying is good enough. Now you're going through life with this approach. Long as my bills are paid, I'm good. Long as I got a roof over my head, I'm good. Long as I got a few dollars in my pocket, I'm good. That's the cap. Just good enough. I'm just good enough. Long as I get by. That's the cap. You don't believe that you deserve anything outside of just getting by. Because that's what was being taught. Your parents, shoot, we made it. We made it through this week. We just got by. As long as y'all got money for school, we just getting by. You got shoes on your feet, you just getting by. And that becomes the internal cap. It's like a hard truth almost, you know? So the only way I think to reset the thermostat is to go in and reset it yourself. There's nothing that's gonna reset it. And you can have a windfall of money come in, boom, bam. You like, oh shoot. But mentally, nervous system wise, you can't hold it. You can't hold it. Like people that get income tax. and they're repeating the same situation every year. They get the income tax and they ball out of control. Then next year they waiting on another income tax. You see, they're not mentally able to make another decision with that money. Now, if they repeating the process, this pattern, wouldn't it be wise for them to say, oh, I got this income tax this year. I'm not going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to put some money back. I'm going to hold on to something. I'm going to make a conscious decision. Matter of fact, I'm going to pretend like I didn't even get it. I'm going to use this to kind of balance my life through the year. It's not mentally there yet to change the thermostat. And their nervous system is right there with them. You know, the nervous system is right there with you. Like, come on. We finna do what we've been doing. You train the body to repeat the same things over and over again, but you don't notice. And you wonder why I can't get out the loop. But break the cap. Go in and know that you're worthy and deserving of more. That's it. Know that you're worthy and deserving of more. If somebody else that you see in this world have it, you can too. You are worthy and deserving of more. Reset your thermostat. Hello, world.